Hello friends, I am Advocate Nitish Banka and today I am going to talk about few things what you have to do when your client is getting arrested. What you have to do. See, the problem with the young lawyers or the upcoming lawyers is that they get panic when their client calls them and they say that they are getting arrested, the police is at their doorstep and they are getting arrested by the police. See, the thing is this: you have to take a note that the arrest of a person is governed by the law. In this case, section 41 of the CRPC talks about the arrest of the person. Okay, so the best way to deal with such situation is, when your client is escorted to the police station, at that time you reach the police station, ask the investigating officer what are the charges against your client. First is this: you have to ask what are the charges. Is the offense is a bailable offense or a non-bailable offense? You have to check that also. If it is a bailable offense, the IO will say that furnish some surety, will release the person on fulfillment of the surety. So you will ask your client that he should arrange some surety at that point of time and contact his relatives to be his surety. So in that case, the case is really very simple, and on furnishing surety he will get bail immediately. So this is the first thing you have to do. Once you reach the police station, you have to see what under what charges the client has been detained by the police authority. Now this is not a custody, it is a detention. Now what is the tenure of this detention? The tenure of this detention is 24 hours, not more than that. So police cannot detain a person more than 24 hours. Once the police takes the client to the police station, they cannot detain him or her for more than 24 hours. First of all, this is very important. Now as a lawyer, what other responsibilities you have towards your client when you take such kind of cases? Now what happens is that, now if you find that the offense is of a non-bailable nature, then you have to request the investigating officer for the FIR copy. Now it is important to furnish FIR copy to the accused once he is arrested. So if the IO gives you the FIR copy, then it's well and good. If in case you don't get the copy of the FIR, then you have to rush to the court, and to the concerned court you have to ask for the copy, the certified copy from the court, or move an application to get the copy of the FIR from the court. So this is really important. Or you can do one thing, that you can ask the IO that when they will be going to the court for getting the remand of the accused person. Now the next stage comes. Once the IO says that we'll take them at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. To the court, you have to be there in the court. Sometimes what happens is that you have to wait until and unless the police authorities come with the accused, present the accused before the magistrate. Then also you can take an objection that I have not been furnished with a copy of the FIR. Kindly give me the copy of the FIR so that I can see what allegations are there. And obviously you always have to oppose one thing, that about the police custody. Okay, why police custody is needed in such case, that is very important, and you have to argue on this, that on the remand, that the accused should be sent to JC, not PC. Always remember this, and you have to argue this when you go to the court. Now this is another thing which you have to do. Other thing, apart from this, what you have to do is this: that once the accused is sent to PC or JC, you get the copy of the FIR and apply for the bail. apply for regular bail before the same magistrate who has given remand. Obviously, then you have to argue on the bail, and whatever the points in your favor, you have to argue on the bail. So for bail arguments, that I will discuss in some later lecture. But the next step is that you have to apply for the bail as soon as possible. You get the FIR copy and the accused is sent to JC. You have to apply for the bail. Now in the bail, then comes the bail, and then comes the if the bail is rejected, then you have to approach the higher court for again for the bail, and then to the high court. First is the court, then the sessions, and then the high court. So this is the hierarchy. You cannot skip the hierarchy. You cannot go straight away to the high court for the bail. You have to see which court is capable of dealing with such offences, and is generally court or JMFC court is the first court you will approach for the bail, and then the sessions court, and then the high court. So this is the whole process of how to deal with your client who is getting arrested, who has just got arrested. So this is the way to do that. Another important thing is that when during the remand proceedings, you can also ask for client meeting, as well as you can sign the wakalatnama or the authority at the time of remand. This is also very important point which I have discussed with you. So hope you got a glimpse that what you have to do when your client is getting arrested. Hope this video is useful and it will work for you wonders when you face such situation, and you will not get panic because you know what you have to do now. Thank you very much.